Hey guys, welcome back to another TV show review. So I know I'm late to the party, but I finally got around to watching all 4 episodes of Marvel Zombies, and this is my spoiler review. Now before I get into this review, if y'all don't know what this show is about, this is a brand new zombie survival series from Marvel Animation where we follow a group of survivors who have to face off against the superpowered undead. This is also a continuation of the What If Zombies episode from season 1, which is the only episode of What If I saw. When this show was first announced, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was not that excited for it whatsoever. But when the trailers for the show dropped on the internet, I thought they looked absolutely insane and I got really excited for the show. And now that I have seen all 4 episodes, guys, I gotta be honest, I was actually surprised by how good this show was. This show turned out to be a lot better than I expected. There are some things to process here, so let's break down the best and worst parts of the series. The first positive for this show is the animation. I thought the animation was pretty good for the most part, and even though I do wish it was done in a different way, it still looked pretty good for what it is. Another positive for the show is the story. I thought the story was pretty good for the most part, and I think the overall concept of what if some of your favorite heroes got turned into zombies was executed pretty well. And you can clearly tell that this was originally supposed to be a movie, but since Spider-Man's in this show, they had to turn it into a show because of Sony owning the rights to the character, which sucks, but it is what it is. Another positive for this show is the characters. I thought the characters were pretty good for the most part, and it was nice to see some of the newer heroes from Phases 4 and 5 as survivors. But I think the 2 characters that really stood out to me were Miss Marvel and Blade. They were the MVPs of this show, and it was great to see them be main characters of this show. Like, I need these two to interact in the MCU, especially Blade. He is long overdue to be in the MCU. Another positive for this show is that it does a great job in making sure that this show is not for kids because the action is gruesome. This show does not hold back on the gore and the brutality, and I absolutely enjoyed every single minute of it. Another positive for this show is the return of Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda, aka the Scarlet Witch. I thought Elizabeth Olsen was a pretty good zombie queen, and after seeing some of the stuff she was doing in this show, I think it's safe to say that we need her back as Wanda in the MCU. And the final positive for this show is the ending. The ending to this show is absolutely insane because it shows Miss Marvel waking up in a fake reality where Ironheart is somehow still alive, trying to fend herself from the zombie horde while alerting Miss Marvel that the reality she is in is fake. I hope the ending leaves the door open for a potential second season because, dude, I need to get a resolution on that. Now on to the negatives. The first negative with the show is the pacing. I think the pacing of this show is a little too fast paced, and I just wish it could have been done in a better way. And the final negative for this show is that I wish they could have done more stuff with Infinity Hulk. Infinity Hulk is literally Hulk infused with the powers of the Infinity Stones, and he is very OP, yet he easily loses to Wanda after killing a zombified Thor. Infinity Hulk should be a lot more tougher to beat, but I just don't like the fact that he easily lost to Wanda. That's just absolutely insane to me. Overall, I had a pretty good time with watching this show, and even though it's not perfect, I still think it's a really good show, and I would definitely recommend it if you're just looking for something to watch during spooky season, and the rating I would get for this is a solid 8.5 out of 10. But anyways, yeah, that's my review for Marvel Zombies, and thank you for watching. If you want to see more reviews like this, follow me for more. Peace out.